It's Walt. We are live at Martyrs for another Queued Up Artist Showcase, backstage in the Two Brothers Green Room with In the Valley Below with Angie and Jeffrey. Guys, good to see you again.
You too.
You too.
Because you guys are, I think, my first repeat band to play a Queued Up Artist Showcase.
Nice.
Last
I
time,
didn't know that was.
yeah. Last time we were at the House of Blues, and we had a lot of fun doing that show. And that was when you were supporting the Belt. Now, then you were living in L.A.
Yes.
And now you're not. You're in Grand Rapids.
Yes, we fled the desert.
In search of water.
Yes.
What was to make beer?
Yeah, better water for beer.
What was the reason behind the change?
Well, we were traveling always on the road, and we wanted a nice, quiet place to come home to, and a place we could build a studio of our own. And Michigan, that's where I'm from originally, so it worked out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just came along for the ride. So.
Is it much of a change for you, to Jeffrey?
Yeah. The winters are a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I was not used to at all, but it's not that bad. I actually kind of enjoy it. It's very quiet when there's tons of snow on the ground. It's kind of peaceful, and
do you find that it enhances your writing at all?
It kind of forces you, to stay indoors.
Right. I would just think that like the snow, just the environment being so different from LA would maybe change the mindset for writing.
It does. Well, here, you want to take that one? Oh, I was going to say it gives you, I think it gives you more time and space to focus, because LA can get a little hectic sometimes just to deal with just the grind of living there. And this is a lot more quiet and peaceful, and so I kind of lost my train of thought there.
But which is interesting, because the music you've created since being there isn't necessarily quiet or peaceful.
Yeah, it just lets you create whatever
Right.
Whatever you want to create. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be quiet.
So last year you released the Elephant EP, which had some really incredible songs on it. Was it always intended to be an EP, or were you thinking of doing a record and just thought, let's put some music out midway through the process? Or
Yeah, exactly. We're always working on songs really individually as their own entities, and we had this collection that we were happy with, and we decided just to put them out sooner than waiting for the full album to be finished.
Yeah, so there was kind of a teaser
of
the full album, which should be coming out soon.
Right, October 5th.
Yes.
Which is called Pink Chateau. And the song, one of the songs on the EP, Blood Hands, you were inspired by the things that went on in Ferguson, Missouri. Is that correct?
Yes, that song was written shortly after that. Actually, it's the oldest song on the record, but we didn't intend to write like a political or preachy song or anything like that. It's just we couldn't help ourselves.
Right.
And
And it doesn't come across as preachy, but your lyric, "If we were blind, we would be kind," is powerful. That's an incredible statement that I think is so true.
It is. Sad.
Sad but true. Sad but true, for sure.
Which is also a good song.
But now you just released a new song this past week, Desperate Dance. What's that song about?
There's a few. I think a lot of people have taken different meanings from it. We kind of came at it from one angle, but then we played it for our manager, for example, and he thought it was about something totally different. So I think it kind of just depends on where you're at. For us, I think it's just about reaching kind of a breaking point and having to either pull the trigger in the not the literal sense, but
right,
figurative sense, and kind of do it or not. And so we did it. And it's also sort of tongue in cheek, because it is sort of a desperate dance song. We wrote it as a dance song
sure.
out of desperation.
Sure, I get it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so what else is coming on the new record? Is Pink Chateau on the record?
Yes.
And what other types of sounds are on there? Is it going to have more to do with the Elephant EP or the Belt?
Oh, I think definitely more the Elephant EP. Yeah, it's going to continue in that vein. It might be. It's going to get a little bit weirder, I think, the rest of the album. I don't know.
I think some songs are weirder in certain ways. I feel like we've developed more skills as producers and songwriters.
Did you do the record yourselves?
Yeah, and so I feel like some of the songs are better melodically than some of our old stuff and catchier, and some are more interesting things that we like to listen to, you know.
Well, that's important. That's important. Really important question here. Now that you are in Michigan, are you still making beer?
Oh, yeah.
Because when you were at the House of Blues, you brought all of this incredible tasting beer with all of these amazing flavors. Where did that interest stem from? Where did you get started in that?
I mean, I think like most people that brew, it's just from a love of beer. You drink enough of it and you're like, maybe I should try that. And so we just kind of tried it. Actually, you know, even before the band, we've been kind of tinkering around with it. And then it kind of became a thing, and we just love doing it. It's just a fun way to experiment. It's kind of like songwriting or creativity in any way. You're kind of creating something out of nothing when you start a beer, and you're like, you know, what kind of flavors do I want to throw in this? What kind of vibe do I want it to have? Kind of like a song. So it's fun.
Yeah, it's amazing because we're making some great stuff. So if the music thing should, for some unfortunate reason, fail, you've got a backup.
Sweet.
I love that. So now starting a new tour cycle, is that what's happening right here?
Yeah, we've been out a little bit this year already, and then we're doing a little run right now, and we're going to be back out in the fall for sure, because that's when the album
comes out.
They want us out there hustling.
Sure. Well, I'm excited to have you guys back. I cannot wait to see you guys on the stage tonight at Martyrs.
Thanks.
It is in the Valley Below in the Two Brothers Green Room on 101 WKQX.
Yep.